It's video time, baby. What's going on, you guys? It's Jdyo and I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Fallout. We're going to be talking about the perfect Fallout game in today's episodes of Game Concepts. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Game Concepts, it's a video series that I do on this channel where we talk about just that. I give you guys a concept of a video game, and then I talk about it. I talk about the aspects of that video game, what would make it great, and then it would be just awesome to see a game developer make it. So that's pretty much all the Game Concepts is, and today we're talking about the perfect Fallout game. And as of right now, that is definitely a concept that we have not seen, is the perfect Fallout game. But I know a lot of you are Fallout fans. I'm a huge Fallout fan, and it's honestly one of the greatest games story-wise. It's a great game. But there's a lot of issues with it. There's a lot of issues. So I'm talking about what would make Fallout the perfect game, if they could make a perfect Fallout game. First, let's talk about Fallout 76. I want to be clear, this is not going to be a video talking about all the wrong things that Fallout 76 did, even though there is a lot. It's going to be talking about more of actually the good things that it did. I think if you mix Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 together, it would create the perfect Fallout game. And let me tell you why. This is the whole point of the video. I want to tell you guys why. I think Fallout 76 did a lot of really amazing things to the Fallout series. They did a lot of things Fallout 4 didn't do, and that made it really, honestly, really fun, and the reason that Fallout 76 even has a following today. Before we get into any of the things today, I want to tell you guys one thing. For those of you that aren't familiar with Bethesda, they have been running the same games on the same game engine since Oblivion. They have made Skyrim on the same game engine as Oblivion. They've made a Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 on the same exact freaking game engine as Oblivion. Now, back in the day of Oblivion, that was an awesome and high-tech game engine, but now it's not. It's definitely not. The fact that they released a game in 2018 running on the same game engine as Oblivion blows me away. I can't believe they thought that they would be able to get away with that. It's just not up to date. All the things that are just needed in video games today, and just the standard in video games today, is not in that game engine. The more recent games that they've released on that game engine, they look bad, they have a lot of bugs, and they just aren't great. A lot of the issues with Fallout 76 were because they were running it on the exact same game engine, bro. It doesn't work. It's not a good game engine. So before we go further in today and all the things I needed that I'm going to be talking about that would make Fallout a perfect game, just assume that those things are on a good game engine, because that's the number one thing. The number one thing that the perfect Fallout would need is an up-to-date game engine. So, with that being said, just keep that in the back of your mind. Everything that I talk about today will need to be on an up-to-date game engine for Fallout to be, for this potential concept of a perfect Fallout game. So, let's get that out of the way. Now let's talk about the things that I think Fallout 76 did actually really well, and what would need to be in this hypothetical perfect Fallout game. The map. The map was huge. It was bigger than Fallout 4. It looked beautiful. If it was on a recent game engine, it would look amazing. West Virginia looked beautiful. The terrains were diverse, and they looked just amazing. That's one thing that Fallout 4 lacked a lot, was the fact that a lot of the terrain just looked exactly the same. It just looked like gray and brown, and just dark colors. It wasn't bright and vibrant, and it just looked kind of bad, in my opinion. That was one of the biggest issues with Fallout 4, is it just kind of looked bad. Another thing that Fallout 76 did that was really awesome, that in my opinion, I just really liked the diverse enemies, you know, the Wendigos and the Deathclaws, and I just thought, I mean, that's just kind of a Fallout game. It wasn't really Fallout 76 in general, but just the Fallout games, they have really fun enemies to fight. That's what makes Fallout so fun, is just the diverse enemies, and it's fun. It's really fun. I think, personally, with Fallout, the thing that is really good about it, and especially in 76, and the reason it's still going well, is just the circle of gameplay. You know, you farm for a certain material so you can do a certain thing. You farm for screws so you can fix your power armor. You farm the enemy for this weapon so you can kill more enemies and have it be easier. You know, you just have the circle of gameplay in Fallout. You know, you're farming for certain materials, and I think Fallout does a really good job of it. When you kill an enemy, you loot its body for different materials. You use those materials to craft different things, and I think it's so much fun. I love the crafting in the game. I love the building in the game. I love the fact that you can build your own structure. You can build your own thing with your own camp, and that's the next thing that I wanted to get into, is the camp system in Fallout 76 is freaking dope. The fact you can move your structure to any part of the map using your camp is awesome to me. I personally love it. I think if Fallout 4 had that, it would make Fallout 4 that much better of a game. And then the next thing I want to talk about is the fast traveling. The fact that you have to pay for caps kind of sucks. So if you could have a game where in the map, like I said, going along with the map, if you could have a Fallout game where you didn't have to pay to fast travel to get to places, I think that would be freaking dope. And if you didn't have to pay caps to move your camp around, I think that's just stuff that should just be part of the game experience rather than kind of a penalty where you have to pay for it. I think it discourages players to, actually fast travel when you need to. And with how big Fallout 76 map is, you have to be fast traveling a lot. I think if they made it so you didn't have to pay to fast travel, but they made the big map that they did in Fallout 76, I think it'd be awesome. Now, so those are the good aspects of Fallout 76, the map and the diversity of the map and the building and just the different enemies you battle and just things like that. Just those are the good things of Fallout 76. It looks beautiful. The structure building is a lot of fun. If it was on a more recent game engine, it would be perfect. And then just the maps and things like that. Now, the bad thing about Fallout 76, the huge glaring issue, is the missions. The missions are so bad. The fact that you just listen to holotapes and just walk around aimlessly is just no fun at all. But they did the daily events and the events very well. They did a really good job of that. I think the fact that you can do daily events, they were fun. The hordes coming at you, the waves of different hordes. If it was on a recent game engine, the gameplay mechanics would have been a lot easier to control and more fun to fight and combat if they actually had a more recent game engine. But I thought they did a really good job with that. So if they could do something like Fallout 4 where you have actual NPCs, you have actual quest lines mixed with the good mechanics of Fallout 76 where you have the awesome and diverse enemies, awesome and diverse map, awesome and diverse crafting system where you can just build structures, you can build your own home, you can do this, you can do that, they have a big map, all those things, all the good things of Fallout 4 mixed with the good things of Fallout 76 would make the perfect Fallout game. A good game engine where it looks beautiful rather than it looks like it was made in 2001, and then also you can have good gameplay mechanics, like good combat system mechanics, which also just comes with a good game engine, and then just everything else Fallout, the super mutants, the death claws, the wendigos, the fun things, like that good quest lines, and the very last thing that I think would wrap it all together nicely is multiplayer. I know a lot of people hated the fact that you could play multiplayer on Fallout, but hear me out. Not massively open multiplayer, like where every time you play the game it's on multiplayer like Fallout 76, but more like Borderlands style, where you can invite someone to be in your game and you can play with them through the story, and you can also play alone. I think that would be perfect, where you can choose. You don't have to be in multiplayer and you don't have to be single player. You can just choose whichever one you want. I think that'd be perfect. Great storyline, great map, beautiful map, the fact that you can build still, the camp system, not paying money to fast travel, and then everything else is kind of the same. You keep everything the same, as well as a new game engine, but you just keep everything else the same. If they had that, just the classic Fallout, but you have a good storyline, you have a better map than Fallout 4, I think that'd be perfect. The map was just not good in Fallout 4. It just really wasn't. And the fact that there's just little things that weren't great. The fact you can't pick up your power armor, I really like that in Fallout 76. And just the fact you can't play with friends. But then Fallout 76 had the things that Fallout 4 lacked, but it also had a lot of issues. That game engine, again, I keep going back to that, it's a big thing. If they have a good game engine, it's going to be a good game. Those are the points I wanted to cover. I think if they put all those aspects into the same thing, good game engine, good map, good gameplay mechanics, and then good storyline, I think it'd be perfect. I think Fallout could be the perfect game. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video of Game Concepts. Hopefully something like that could be developed in the near future. But anyways, that's what I think would be the perfect Fallout game. And thank you guys for watching. I'm Jdyo. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos and just stay up to date. I know I was absent there for about 2 weeks. I don't like doing that, but school really got to me, finals and all of that stuff, and just the holidays and everything was just kind of happening at once. I like to post every single day, but with school and things like that, it's gonna be kind of hard to. I'm gonna post 3 to 4 times a week. That's gonna be my schedule. It's 3 to 4 times a week. I'm gonna be consistently posting YouTube videos. So stay up to date. Click the little bell. Click the subscribe button for more videos. I'm Jdyo, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.